once you left school until you to the present day?
Very much. Very much. Oh, the big change in farming. But now bothering farming now, sure. Plenty of machinery and everything. Milk cows and now bothering working.
Your set is much better than the old ways?
Oh, we worked harder. Oh, we got with it.
Was there as much pressure on people that time?
I wouldn't think so. No, they were happier, like. I think that time because you see, they had no television or anything like that. They were all at home, quite happy.
You might tell me something about the weather that time. Did you think the summers were better long ago?
No, they were not. It was tough to save hair that time. Well, of course, I'll tell you, we used to be saving it from 1st of July nearly to the end of September. It was slow going. You'd have to cut it with the horses and mowing machine. There was no tractors that time. It was slow going.
You never worked the soil, I suppose, did you?
I did that.
Was there a seat in it?
No. No. Well, as you talk about that, I heard of a farmer there lately that he was actually a young fella, and he was asking now to go cleaning a deck for him and over to a shovel. By any chance is there a seat in it, soon I will.
That's what I was asking you there now, Jim, about the seat in the soil. It was tough all work cutting with the soil. What would you be cutting anyway with it?
Oats that time. Or you'd have the farmers that time used to cut all the back swarts with the soil. Corners and all that, going to the corners and all that time and not for any sap ahead that'd be there. You'd have to cut away. Oh, the soil was a tough job, but that was the trick of the job was to put up edge. I wasn't much good at that job though, putting up edge.
There was a saying, you know, that a fella that could put up good edge, that he had a terrible temper. Do you ever hear that?
I did.
Was it true, I wonder?
I wouldn't think so. I tell you, then the fella was good to tell lies. He was good to put up edge. But a good man at the side, he had a special, he had a cranny in there, we call it, to edge the side, to draw the side. That was the secret.
That was to get into the proper shape or something, is it?
Yeah, put up edge. He was able to put up edge.
You tested with the tranny in?
No, edge it. You draw it. Fine it down.
What sort of yoke was that?
A file bent in two. They'd been them were the old say more now like they used to cut long ago before the mowing machines came in.
And tell me, what did you think was the hardest work in the farm now, Jim, back in those days?
I'd say spending a full day piking hay to wines was a tough job. And you'd have to come on in and milk 10 cows at night. Maybe, and when you'd have that done, if the weather was tough, you'd have to go out after our supper and pike more till 10. That was a tough day's work.
But I suppose, would you think that men were stronger that time? Or they must have been?
They were stronger men, able to work like. You see, they were trained to it.
You'd say they weren't as well educated, though?
No, there was no education. There was no money that time for education. No, people hadn't so much money that time.
For the future now, what way do you see this farming going? Is it a very dodgy situation at the moment, isn't it?
A bit. This milk quota is upsetting the whole thing.
And you'd say that it will sort itself out in time?
Might. I'd say so. Take a bit of time though, I think.
Hopefully.
Oh.
Have you any plans of going back to Newtown again, maybe?
No, I think he'll stay here now.
Do you think they mightn't accept you back there in Newtown now?
Well, number one, I think I wouldn't know him. I wouldn't know any young fella. I didn't know yourself until John Murphy taught me who you were. I wouldn't know any young fella there now. No.
So you'll stay with the people of Effin?
I'll stay with the people I know now.
Yeah. Jim, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Again, and he sing a song song for us called The Old Bog Road.
My feet are here in Broadway, this blessed harvest morn, and all the ache that's in them for the spot where I was born. My weary hands are blistered from working cold and heat, and oh, to swing aside today through fields of Irish wheat. Have I the choice to wander back our own a king's abode? 'Tis soon I'd see the hawthorn tree by the old bog road. My mother died last springtime, when Ireland's fields were green. The neighbours said her waking was the finest ever seen. There were snowdrops and primroses piled up beside her bed, and Ferrin's church was crowded when her funeral mass was said. But here am I in Broadway, with building bricks my load, when they carried out her coffin by the old bog road. Life's a weary puzzle, past finding out by man. I'll take the day for what it's worth, and do the best I can. Since no one cares a rush for me, what need to make a moan? I'll take my pen, draw my pay, and smoke my pipe alone. Each human heart must have its way, though bitter be its load. And God be with you, Ireland, and the old bog road. So look to me.
Now Margo Crean is along, and she have a lovely song for us called Nobody's Child. Give her a big hand now.
As I was slowly passing an orphaned home one day, I stopped there for a moment just to watch the children play. Alone a boy was standing, and when I asked him why, he turned with eyes that could not see, and he began to cry. I'm nobody's child, I'm nobody's child. I'm like a flower just growing wild. No mommy's kisses and no daddy's smiles. Nobody wants me, I'm nobody's child. People come for children and take them for their own, but they all seem to pass me by, and I'm left here on my own. I know they'd like But when they see I'm blind, they always take some other child, and I am left behind. I'm nobody's child. I'm nobody's child. I'm like a flower just growing wild. No mommy's kisses and no daddy's smiles. Nobody wants me. I'm nobody's child. No, Mom. The church door was open as I stepped inside. I went there hoping that she'd change her mind. There were beautiful flowers in the bridal bouquet, where she stood at the altar in a veil of white lace. A stranger in silence reached out for her hand and placed on a finger a gold wedding band. There was happiness written in the smile on his face, but I couldn't see her 'neath the veil of white lace. I pity that stranger for all he could see. Was their life together for eternity? My heart fills with anger when I picture the face of a false-hearted figure in the veil of white lace. I reached in my pocket when the wedding was done. My hand touched the locket and fell on the gun. It shattered the silence as it left its trail. Strings of red crimson on a veil of white lace. I ran from the church door as I threw down my gun, but stopped at the doorstep, for there was something going on. My darling said she had decided to wed, dead to the stranger in the veil of white lace.
Terry Power, Mrs. Terry Power, and she's a member of the Effin and Derk Guild of the ICA. Is it a very strong guild, Terry?
Not at the moment, no, it isn't very strong, but we have been very strong. And we have a very loyal members.
How is it that it isn't, the membership is low at the moment, no?
Well, the young people are not interested in the ICA, as such, and it is a pity.
Do you not cater possibly for the young people?
Oh, Lord, we would. We do craft work and all that kind of thing, We're very active.
Very active.
Very, very active.
Now, craft work, what other functions do you fulfill?
We're open to do anything. We're very gamey lot.
Would you...
We cater for... We help with the fashion show, the agricultural show in Charleville. Now we help the mentally handicapped, and we do all them things. And of course we were following the statues last year.
Oh yes, well, they were moving pretty fast.
Yeah, we were following the statues.
Yeah. Did you catch up Quite
We
a few
caught
of
up
them.
with a few of them.
Did you?
We did.
And you,
And we go on outings, and we're very nice. We keep the thing going like.
just before we go on about the ICA, those statues, did you see them moving, Terry?
I can't say I did, but can't say I didn't either. They were very touching.
Well, that's a sort of a strange answer. You can't say you did or you can't say you
Well,
didn't.
no, that's a crooked answer, but that's it.
Well, that's what I'm trying to come at there, you know. And that you don't like to say you didn't because everyone said they saw them.
Well, everyone saw something, and they thought they saw it anyway, sure.
That's right. Imagination, I
Yeah,
say.
it's as good as a physic to a fool.
Very right. Back to the ICA immediately, and you know, there's a thing about the ICA. A lot of people have this just probably feeling about them that there are a lot of women there. They get together and they have a cup of tea or several cups of tea for a night, and they discuss a lot of things.
They will.
But in the end, then, do they end up doing very little? Is that true of the ICA?
No. I know. The ICA are doing great work around the country.
But up to now, you haven't told me an awful lot about them. They help at the agricultural show in Jarfel, and do they fundraise for
Yes,
charities?
We do.
And what about the outing?
Yeah, we go to the outings.
But your annual outing, where does that usually take place?
Any place, we follow the sun.
Follow the sun. You've travelled abroad so for the last couple of years. Do I take it that way?
No, I didn't say abroad. I said we follow the sun.
Pretty scarce commodity in Ireland at the moment, the sun.
We've been all over the country.
No, they get back to the serious side of the thing. Of course, you are very active and you do great work indeed. How long is it formed in Effin?
It is in Effin since 1969, May 1969. And it started off with 45 members.
Very strong.
Very strong.
You can remember, of course, the officers at that time.
I can. The late Mrs. Sheila Ryan. She was the president, and the late Kathleen Power was the secretary. And we had Mrs. Donovan, Sadie Donovan. She was the treasurer.
How come
They
there's...
were the originals.
Yeah, I'm about to ask you there. There's never a chairperson in the ICA. Is there any meaning for that? It's always a president. There's never a chairperson.
President. Well, like,
It just happens that way.
just happens that way.
Now for the future, how do you see it? I don't know what way I'd say. I can't say the Effin ICA, I suppose.
Well, actually, it's Effin and Gary and Derk.
Effin and Garindurk ICA.
I see, yeah.
Do you see it maybe holding its own? Or
Oh, it will hold its own.
Will it grow again in strength back to its former days?
Hopefully it will.
Have you any plans for the younger ladies of the
Well, we'd like
area?
to see the younger women coming in and keeping the thing in the parish.
But are you doing anything that, to cater for those younger
Well, if they
people?
came in and if they said what they wanted, well, we'd go along with them just to keep the thing in the parish.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel now that it would be your place to go out and do something that would entice them in? Possibly
like it is
set
open.
dancing or something like that, maybe?
Well, if they came, we've tried the set dancing.
No good.
We were gone from it.
Gone from it.
Yeah.
Gone too old.
We were gone from it.